Welcome to Owl's Air Guns. Today we are taking a more detailed look at the Crosman MK45 CO2 powered semi-automatic BB pistol. This is actually quite a powerful little BB pistol. Found it to be extremely efficient on gas, and it's very accurate. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. One of the things I really like about this product is the fact that it ships in a very sturdy cardboard box. So many of these pistols come in a bubble pack. This makes a great long-term storage container. So I really appreciate the fact that Crosman spends the money to go ahead and ship it in a reusable box that I can store the pistol in later. Very, very convenient. Now, one of the first things you'll notice is the pistol is a two-tone color scheme. Flat dark earth primary, and then we have black trigger and grip panels as well. Let's get it out and take a look at it here. Pistol itself, in my opinion, is very attractive. The grip panels actually, let me back that off a little bit. The grip panels slide back to reveal the CO2 container storage area. So you can remove them, but you don't really need to. This gives you enough room to put CO2 cartridges in and out, and tighten them down, and seal it back up. I find that also very, very convenient with this pistol. The pistol has a notch rear sight and basic blade front sight. However, they have fiber optic inserts, and these fiber optic inserts are extremely bright, really good at capturing light, and I really appreciate that. The pistol does have a manual safety. When it is on safe, the little white area shows and it slides to the rear. To show that it is in the fire position, you have a red indicator, red or orange indicator that is shown. The magazine release is ambidextrous. Simply push on the paddle on either side there, and the magazine drops free. The magazine is made out of metal. It's extremely robust feeling, and it has a spring follower that you can slide down, catches in the bottom position, and then we can simply pour BBs in through the hole right here. Once it's full, we go ahead, release the follower, and it will put tension on the BBs. Nice part about that is you don't get misfeeds. Magazine capacity is 20 rounds in .177 caliber, your standard steel BBs, and the function is extremely good. Find it very positive. I did have a little trouble initially, and what I found out was that when the follower is all the way down, it catches there. And you'll feel, if you've not released the follower to put pressure on the BBs, you'll have a little protrusion there at the bottom that you can feel. Well, the BBs aren't being forced into the chamber then. So in order to get the BBs to feed reliably, you do have to make sure that you've released the follower to put tension on them. And that's noted by the fact there's no little protrusion sticking out the bottom there. So yeah, extremely reliable functioning. Really like that a lot. The pistol, of course, is made of polymer, but it feels to be a very robust construction. Weight is exactly 0.63 pounds. And the pistol is 5.5 inches tall and 7.5 inches in overall length. The pistol does have a Picatinny rail, a Weaver style mount on the bottom to allow you to go ahead and mount a flashlight or a laser indicator. And other than that, that's pretty much all of the exterior features on it. The MK45 showed itself to be surprisingly accurate, shooting very well, had a good trigger pull that I'll measure for you in a second here, but the trigger was extremely manageable, allowing me to get really good accuracy out of it. Performance in terms of power and gas efficiency was also very good. We got just over 4 magazines in shots out of a single cartridge. Most of those magazines averaging about 406 or 405 feet per second, which is extremely good for a little BB pistol like that. And that number of shots out of a single CO2 cartridge is also very impressive, particularly at that power level, as many people's concern over using CO2 is both the long-term expense of the CO2 cartridges and the fact that they're non-refillable cartridges, so they do generate waste, and empty cartridges end up in the landfill. So a pistol that's efficient like this one is really helps minimize some of those ongoing concerns. So what are my final thoughts on the Crosman MK45 CO2 powered semi-automatic pistol? I like it. I think it represents a really good value. These are selling anywhere from $40 to $48, and I think that price is very fair for them. The performance is very good in terms of accuracy and power at that price. You know, it's made out of polymer, but it feels to be very robust, feels really good in the hand, indexes well, performs well. If I have a concern about the pistol, while I really like the fiber optic sights and I feel like they perform extremely well, they do look like they could get damaged to me. Now, that's one of the reasons I appreciate having the box to store it in, but this looks like it has the potential to be a bit fragile. Now, I've actually used the pistol quite a bit, has taken some bumps, and of course nothing's happened there. The rear fiber optic element is very well protected, so I don't really have any concerns there. That front one just looks like it's kind of hanging out there. However, if it did get broken, I think you'd only break that far end of it, and that would probably be pretty tough to do, and I think it would be something that's easy to replace. And Crosman is always very good about honoring warranties and making replacement parts available. So assuming that's the case with this pistol, that concern may not really be a big one. Other than that, I cannot think of a lot of drawbacks to this pistol. I think the Crosman Mark IV, like I say, is a very good value in today's market. We're going to have a comparison between it and the Gammo P27 coming out. And, you know, this pistol's a little more than half the price of the Gammo and performs incredibly well against it. Just very accurate, very reliable, and very efficient on CO2. And really, it's hard to ask a lot more out of a CO2 pistol. So, thanks a lot for tuning in. Any questions you have, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I certainly appreciate your time. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Also, give some thought to being a member. Members do get early releases to videos, and we have a pretty strong member community growing that I'd really like to see you be a part of. Membership starts as low as 99 cents a month. So yeah, go ahead and give it a try. You can always drop out if you don't like it, but yeah, if you would want to support the channel, that is a great way to do it. Other way to support is simply to give us a like, to subscribe if you're so inclined, and to keep watching the videos. So, thanks a lot for sticking with me till the end. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.